So, okay, a friend of mine recently told me this joke. Well, he called it a joke.
Oh, yeah. What was it?
He was aiming for something like deliberately unfunny, So unfunny, it becomes funny again.
Ah, one of those anti-humor.
Exactly. He just like deadpans, why did the chicken cross the road? And I'm thinking, okay, here comes some awful pun.
Right, bracing yourself.
Totally. But then he just says, to get to the other side. And that's it.
Short chuckle. Okay. Simple.
And you know what? It was actually hilarious. There was just something about the sheer lack of anything else. No twist, no clever wordplay, just raw determination.
Raw determination. I like that framing. It's funny how simplicity can sometimes hit harder. There's an unexpected depth there.
Exactly. And that idea, that unexpected depth in something so straightforward, it's kind of a perfect way into our deep dive today.
Okay, I see where you're going.
We're going to unpack some really profound insights from sources looking at gratitude. But not just, surface level be thankful stuff.
Right, not just hashtag gratitude.
No. We're talking about how Naomi Saadiq, she hosts the Abundance Blueprint podcast, describes it. She calls it a spiritual frequency as a survival tool, as the doorway into abundance.
That's powerful language. Survival tool, doorway.
It is. And what's really interesting about her approach, you find, is how she gets listeners to just pause, to reflect, to actually breathe.
Yeah, it's not about chasing perfection or like pretending everything's fine.
Right. It's about reading yourself exactly where you are. Flaws, struggles, everything. And finding your strength right there in that moment.
Okay. So what's our mission then for this deep dive?
Well, our mission is really to explore how gratitude, especially when things are genuinely tough, personally or, societally, how it can become more than just a feeling.
How it becomes what? A force.
A force, yeah, and a catalyst for real action, something that guides you to find strength and connection, maybe where you didn't expect it. Naomi puts it so clearly. She says, and this is a direct quote, "You're not behind, you're not broken, you're not forgotten. You are on time for your life, and you still have access to abundance." That really kind of sets the stage, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. And it's important to stress she's not talking about the easy kind of gratitude, like, oh, lovely sunny day, I'm grateful.
No, definitely not.
She's digging into how you cultivate it when you're dealing with serious grief or when you're watching your bank account like a hawk, not your vision board.
Right, or medical trauma, heartbreak, injustice.
Yeah.
Heavy stuff.
Exactly. Which brings up the big question, right? How do you even start to find gratitude in those moments when things feel overwhelming?
And that's where her perspective is so, compelling. She's very open about navigating her own big challenges, physical, emotional, financial.
She shares that.
Oh, yeah. And she's specifically committed to keep doing her podcast, having these conversations, not just when it felt good, but in her words, even when I'm recording in pain. In prayer, in faith.
She gets that feeling of like holding this vision for your life, but also holding back tears. Choosing purpose while you're managing pain. It really echoes that chicken's unwavering resolve we mentioned. Yeah, that determination. That makes sense. So if we look at the bigger picture, what she's saying is that real gratitude isn't passive. It's not just something that happens to you.
It's a choice.
It's an active choice, yeah. A deliberate practice, maybe even a daily one. When she calls it a survival tool, it's like it functions by shifting your focus.
How so?
Well, it's like finding a tiny crack of light in a pitch black room. It doesn't make the darkness disappear, but it lets you see maybe just one step ahead. It gives you agency.
So you can navigate the difficulty instead of just being swallowed by it.
Exactly. It empowers you.
So for you listening, what this really means is that abundance. It isn't about having everything perfectly sorted out.
No, definitely not some Instagram ideal.
Right, or even having everything you want right this second. It's about having faith. Anyway.
Faith anyway. I like that.
And in Naomi's view, that faith is really rooted in gratitude, even when finding that gratitude feels almost impossible.
And that gratitude then fuels action.
Yeah, it moves you into what she calls softness, which I take to mean being gentler with yourself, with others, and into alignment.
Alignment meaning?
Living more in tune with your kind of core purpose or values.
Yeah.
Even when life feels chaotic.
So the power lies in seeing gratitude not as a state you arrive at, but as a process, a vibration.
Yes, exactly. When she talks about a spiritual frequency, that's the idea. By consciously choosing gratitude, you sort of tune yourself.
Like tuning a radio.
Yeah, tuning into the frequency where you can actually perceive and receive positive things, opportunities that might have been invisible otherwise.
So you're aligning yourself with the abundance that's already potentially there. It's not about magic, but about perception and attraction.
Precisely. You're attracting the resources, the connections that are already sort of in your energetic field, but maybe you weren't tuned into them before. And it all comes back to remembering that core idea. Everything you really need is already inside you. Naomi has this amazing affirmation for this.
Oh, yeah.
She says, I receive this month with gratitude. I release what no longer serves me. I trust that everything I need is already within me.
That's powerful. Simple, but deep.
It really is. But, okay, let's address something. For some people, hearing find gratitude when they're really, really struggling,
Yeah.
it can feel invalidating.
Yeah.
Like spiritual bypassing, you know?
That's a really important point. Does she talk about that? How to avoid toxic positivity?
She does, and that's crucial. Naomi is definitely not advocating for just slapping a happy sticker on deep pain.
Okay, good.
She stresses that gratitude doesn't cancel out the hardship.
Yeah.
It's more like holding space for both. Acknowledge the difficulty, let yourself feel it.
So you don't deny the pain.
Not at all.
Yeah.
But then you intentionally look for maybe even the smallest things within that struggle. Tiny moments of comfort or resilience or just insight.
So gratitude for, say, your breath or a friend who called. Not gratitude for the cancer or the job loss itself.
Exactly that. It's gratitude within the experience, not for the bad experience. It's much more nuanced, much more empathetic.
That makes a huge difference.
And that affirmation we mentioned, it's not just like empty words or a quick mindset hack. It's really an invitation.
Yeah.
An invitation to engage. Because Naomi is clear. Her podcast, her work, it's more than just content.
It's a community.
A community, yeah. A ministry even. Part of something bigger trying to heal and support people. These insights aren't just theories for her.
She's built something around them.
Totally. And there are real tangible ways you can connect with this work and, be part of the impact.
Right. Her work really extends beyond just the audio. For anyone wanting to understand her journey better, where this message comes from, there's her book.
Oh, yeah. Tell us about the book.
It's called I Found Out I Had Breast Cancer on My Lunch Break. It's on Amazon. And she describes it as real and raw.
Wow. That title alone.
It really grounds her work. It shows that unwavering resolve we talked about, finding gratitude and purpose when things are incredibly tough. It's foundational to why she does what she does.
Makes sense. And if you want to support her ongoing work, the podcast and everything else, and get more involved,
there's Patreon. You can support her there.
What does that involve?
Well, you get access to things like exclusive behind-the-scenes stuff, extra affirmations, sometimes previews of new shows she's working on.
So it supports the creation, but also connects you more deeply.
Exactly. And she emphasizes that every bit helps keep the mission going and, importantly, helps other people directly.
Speaking of helping directly, tell us about the Phenomenally Mevans Society.
Ah, yes. This is a really incredible part of her work. It actively raises donations specifically for breast cancer thrivers.
Thrivers, not just survivors. I like that.
Yeah, and it's not just about helping with, say, huge medical bills, so those are obviously a factor. It's about basic needs.
Like
helping women put food on the table, getting transportation to their appointments, things that help them just feel human again during a really difficult time.
That's so important. Those small things are huge.
They really are. They even did a pilot program with a woman named Ashley K. Lee from Flint, Michigan. She's navigating 3 types of cancer at once.
3? Oh, my God.
Yeah, but she still shows up for herself, for others, for this movement. She really embodies that spirit Naomi talks about.
Wow. That just puts it all in perspective. And it really brings it back to that core idea, doesn't it? Gratitude, moving into action.
Absolutely.
So when you engage, maybe you buy the book, maybe you join the Patreon, maybe you just share this deep dive with someone who needs to hear it. You're not just listening.
You're participating.
You're participating in that mission, making a real impact, not just, consuming content.
It really highlights that proactive side of gratitude. It's not just an internal feeling. It's what that feeling empowers you to do, to contribute.
Yeah. And, this leads perfectly into Naomi Saadiq's closing words from her work, which feels so relevant right now.
What does she say?
She says, you don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You don't have to be fully healed to be fully present.
That takes the pressure off.
Totally. She finishes. You just have to be willing to start, willing to trust, willing to love again.
Willingness. That's the key.
It seems like it.
Yeah.
And maybe Maybe that willingness, like that chicken just determined to get to the other side, maybe that's the first, most fundamental step.
The most accessible step.
Yeah. Towards unlocking your own power, towards embracing abundance, no matter where you find yourself on your path right now. Just being willing.